Good morning students, I am Chandrashekhar. Welcome back to our video lectures. In the last class we have finished the tenses which are very important for writing and communicating with each other. Today we are going to see very important concept related to the verbs which are oftenly confused. They are gerund, infinitives and participles. In part 1 session we are going to see today gerund and infinitive, and part 2 session we are going to discuss participles. There are three concepts which are oftenly confused when you are just having reading in your textbooks, that what is called a gerund and what is infinitive and what are participles. Now we will discuss, and today you are going to get clarification regarding gerund, infinitives and participles in detail. Let us see the part 1 session with gerund and infinitives. Then we will go for the participles. Now students, before starting this gerund and infinitives, let us see with a small concept. You know very well what is subject. You know very well. Within a sentence, when we are using either noun or pronoun, then it is called a subject. Now, what sort of examples we can give for this particular subject? You can write any subject. Let us consider one small example. I am having a friend called Ram. Ram is a good student. Ram is a good student. Now, in this sentence, which is the subject part? The first part of the sentence is the subject, that is Ram. Directly I am taking as noun as a subject. So, Ram is a good student. Yes. We are showing the quality of Ram as a good student. So let us take another example. Example number 2. He is a bright student. He is a bright student. So in this sentence, watch carefully student. He is a bright student. You are talking about a student who is a bright. So who is that? He. So, I am not taking directly with the name. This is called as pronoun. He, she, it, we, you, or they are called as pronouns. Now, hope you understood that noun or pronoun which are going to use as a subject in the sentence, right? Take another example. I am talking about our city itself. Nizamabad is a good city, for example. Is a district headquarters, it's a city. Nizamabad is a good city. So, we are talking about the city name called what? Nizamabad. It is a good city having all facilities. So, this is a proper noun. Ram is a proper noun, where he is a pronoun. So, in a sentence, noun or pronoun are very important. Now, when you are taking verb in the place of a subject using as a noun, is called a gerund. Once again, I will repeat. Directly either taking noun or pronouns, we are taking in the subjects, they are called noun and pronouns. When you are taking verb instead of noun in the place of noun, if you are taking as a verb adding with the ing form, then it is called as a gerund. Let us take a small example before I start this concept. What is that? Playing football is good for health. Let us suppose this is a small sentence, good for health. Now see this, students, here I am talking about a verb. Instead of taking directly the names or pronouns, that is in the place of subject, if I am taking nouns, they are called subject. When I am taking directly names, they are called subject. When I am taking pronouns, I can take. Instead of if I take as in the place of noun, if I take verb plus ing form, then it is called as a gerund. Let us see this example. Playing football is good for health. Playing football is good for health. This is a small example. Now, what are the characteristics are there to become as a gerund? This is very important. See, always gerund should contain verb plus ing form. So, that verb should be always in V1 form, you know very well. There are three forms are there. First one is simple present tense, that is V1. Second one is simple past tense, V2. Third one is past participle, V3. If you add V1 plus ing, it is also called as V4 form, that is called present participle. Now, we will see that participles in a differentiation. Today, let us understand clearly what is called gerund and infinitive. Now, just now I explained that if you are going to take in a sentence in a place of a noun, if you are going to add verb with ing form, then it is called as a gerund, that is verb plus ing form. This verb plus ing form, it is there in the subjective place. Which place? That is subjective place. That is subject place. If you can write something in the object, is also called as gerund. We will see with number of examples. Before we go, we are going to see this one. Let us see the definitions properly of gerund, infinitives and participles. Now, what is gerund? Verb plus ing form. So, it acts as a noun. Means verb plus ing form as acting as a noun, then it is called as a gerund. Convert verb as noun is a gerund. Now, this is the first case. Now, let us talk about the infinitives. What are called infinitives? In general, to become infinitives, there are two possibilities. Possibility number one. Most of the cases we know that when you are talking about infinitive, when we can use only 2 plus verb form. 2 plus verb form. We already discussed in other concepts. So, 2 plus verb form, and it is also can be used in the verb form. How it is? When you are going to use 2 plus verb in the noun, means instead of using as a noun, then this is called as noun infinitive. When you are going to use in the form of adjective, that is called adjective infinitive. When you are using in an adverb, then it is called as adverbial infinitive. These three cases generally we use 2 plus verb form. Similarly, when you are using in the object, only with the verb, there are two types. They are called, first one is called bare infinitive, second one is called perfect infinitive. Once again, in a sentence, if verb object place, in the object place, this are called verb infinitive. The second one is called perfect infinitive. It will be to have plus V3 form. Next one, the last and final. Excuse me. Participle. Participles are going to act as a verb, also as an adjective. So, if you see the sentences just now we discussed, just simple present is V1, second one is simple past is V2, V3 forms, that is past participles, that fourth one, that is V1 ing form, present participle. They are what? Participle. How they are called participle? That are based on the sentence. If the sentence contains verb plus ing form, they are called present participle. In that present participle, it can act like a verb, also it can act as an adjective. Two cases. Next one, past participle, that is third form of the verb, V3 form, like examples like done, gone, seen. So they are also acts like a verb, sometimes it acts like a adjectives. The third one, perfect participle. This is little bit important. So what are perfect participles? That like that, having plus V3 forms, like having done, having gone, having seen. If you see these sentences, in your sentences, which are going to act like a verb, either adjectives, they are called as participles. Now, this session, we are going to discuss in this part 1, we are going to discuss just with few examples of gerund and infinitives within these examples. Students, we will see the difference between gerund and infinitives, how we will use in the sentences. Example number 1, I just now discussed that when the verb which is being in ing form, which is being there in the subject place, they are called as gerund. In subjective place, first case. In objective case also we can write with the gerund. Let us see with few examples. Number 1, reading is a good habit. Reading is a good habit. So here verb 1, that is ing form, which is there in the subject place, that is reading is a good habit. Example number 1, which is in the case of gerund. Now in the case of infinitives also, when you are going to use the same verb in the place of noun, it is also called as to infinitive, that is infinitive. Example, reading is a good habit, I am changing as to read is a good habit. Now I am writing in the place of subject that particular verb, that is to plus verb 1, I am writing in the subject place, that is called infinitive, that is to read is a good habit. So in general, next one we are going to see now, even we are going to see example number 2, see this one, playing football is good for health. You know very well. Always playing cricket, playing football is very good for our health. Now where we are going to use that verb playing, V1 ing form, that is verb 1 plus ing form, which we have kept at the subject place. When you are going to keep at the subject place, that particular verb which we are acting as a noun, then it is called as a gerund. That is playing football is good for health. Now in the same case, just now we discussed in the infinitive case, in infinitive either we can use to plus verb in subjective places. When you are using only verb, you should use in the object place. Even to plus verb form are also we can use in 3 different ways. One is, first one is the noun infinitive, second one adjective infinitives, the third one adverbial infinitives. Let us discuss with the noun cases. Right. Now, reading is a good habit. To read is a good habit. Similarly, playing football is good for health. Now, if you want to convert in the noun into want to write it, now in the place of playing, you have to write it as to play. Football is good for health. These are the 2 examples which are going to use for your infinitives. Now, number 3, example number 3. See, running is good exercise. This is a gerund in the subjective place, which is acting as a noun. Painting is happy. The same example, which is acting as a verb, which is looking like a noun in the sentence, that is also a gerund. Now, these 4 examples which are related to the nouns, that is reading is a good habit, playing football is good for health, running is good exercise, painting is hobby. So, all these are the gerund which we can use in the subject place. Now, if you want to write in the object place, how you can write? You can add a preposition for that. That is, gerunds also occurs after preposition. Let us take 2 examples, you will understand now. Am, I'm not using I am, I am using short form. Am fond of listening to music. I am fond of listening to music. Here, listening, we verb plus ing form, which is there in the after preposition. They are also called as gerund. We are tired of convincing her. We are tired of convincing her. The main verbs are fond and tired. Just keep this point in your mind. The students very important. The next one, I love playing football. This particular sentence purely which is there in the objective place. This is gerund of objective place. These are the few examples how you can write the verb plus ing form either in the subject place or in the object place. They are called as gerunds. This is very important in that your high school students. Make a clarification. That's why I have written a number of examples to understand the concept of gerund. Let us come to the infinitives. Just now I explained to read is a good habit. To play football is good for health. These are the two examples. Now let us see with three more examples with respect to four more examples with noun infinitive, adjective infinitive, adverbial infinitive, base infinitives. What are those? In case of noun, adjective, and adverbial infinitives, that the verb will be there with 2 plus verb form. This is very important. See this third example, student. I would love to play football. I would love to play football, or I would like to play football. In this one, to play. This is very important. Now, who is talking about? We are talking about a person called I. That's why this is a noun infinitive which is there in the form of to play. That is to play form. So, this is very important. Next, second example. I came to play with you. I came to play with you. To play. Here, I came. We are talking about a verb. Now, we are giving that information of a verb. That is adverbial infinitive. You know very well what is the meaning of adjective and adverb. I explained in the parts of speeches in the last class. Now, the last one, third one. See this one. I have some clothes to wash. I am talking about a person. Okay, we are talking about a person called I. So I have some clothes to wash. Here, to wash is there in the form of 2 plus verb form. So this is called adjective. Adjective, that is infinitive. Now let us see this one. This is very important, student. This is very important. Most of the books which is now you get confusion. What is called bare infinitive? In bare infinitive, that is the difference is when you are using 2 plus verb in the infinitives with noun infinitive, adjective infinitive, and adverbial infinitive, they will be used with 2 plus verb. Without 2, when you are using the object, they are called as bare infinitives. You won't have to play, to work, like the verb you won't have. Directly you will have with the direct verb which is there in the object place, not in the subject place. See these two examples. I saw him do something. I saw him. Already I saw someone. That he is doing something. I saw him do verb. Something he is doing. That is, this type of sentences are called as bare infinitives. They are often comes under the objective part. Let us take the second example. He can help you. He can help you finish this verb. Finish this verb. Here, do and finish are the verb. So, which are acting as a bare infinitives. Hope you understood clearly the difference between gerunds and infinitives. So, verbs which are acting in the noun places, sometimes with a directly with verb plus ing form, sometimes with 2 plus verb, and sometimes which are used in the subjective place and objective place. Have a clear vision on these topics. All these topics are related to verb, but the concepts are different to understand. Have a good knowledge in that. Go through this video properly to know the understanding, to make you understand that what is the difference between gerund and infinitive. In the next class, we will see what are called participle, how they look in the sentences. These three examples are present participle, past participle, and perfect participle. So, have you watched these videos for number of times, students? Have a good concept, and we are giving number of examples to make you understand. Thank you very much.